Hi, I'm Livy Scardo.
And I'm Kenzie Parker.
And this is our C-SPAN project on immigration.
Immigration is the action of coming to live permanently in a foreign country.
Some people think immigration is a good thing because they believe immigrants should have the opportunity to create a new life, and immigrants also do jobs that legalized citizens do not necessarily want to do.
Others disagree because many illegal immigrants are criminals and do illegal things.
Immigrants want to come to America because they want to live in freedom, practice their religion freely, escape poverty or oppression, or make better lives for themselves and their children.
It's all a package. Number one, we're going to build a wall. We're going to have people come into the country. I agree,
okay.
But let's go through it. We're going to build a wall. It's going to be a real wall. It's going to be a wall that's powerful and that people aren't going to be going under or up or around or anything else. It's going to be a real wall. And we're going to have a door in the wall. People are going to come into the country legally. And we're going to hopefully get a lot of people coming in, and they're all going to come in legally. We're going to get rid of the bad ones because we have some really bad ones in here right now. And you know that gang members in LA, you look at some of these gangs, they're 100% illegal immigrants. They're going to be gone, okay? And they're going to be gone fast. And they're not going to be in our prisons for us to take care of them. Our prisons are bursting with illegals.
By the
right
time
now.
President Obama steps down, around 3 million individuals will have been deported under his watch. Sadly, but unsurprisingly, President Obama has come to be known among the growing Hispanic population in the U.S. as the deporter-in-chief. Thousands of hardworking families in the U.S. have been split by force as a consequence of this policy. If you were to re-enter politics, what would you do about this? Thank you.
Well, even if I don't re-enter politics, I will continue speaking out for comprehensive immigration reform, both because I think the people who are here, who are raising families and working hard and contributing to our country, deserve a path to citizenship. I have believed that for many years. I have argued that in many different contexts. I also think that we have to understand the difficulty that President Obama finds himself in, because there are laws that impose certain obligations on him. And it was my understanding that the numbers have been moderating, in part as the Department of Homeland Security and other law enforcement officials understood that separating children from families, I mean, the horror of a father or a mother going to work and being picked up and immediately whisked away, and children coming home from school to an empty house and nobody can say where their mother or their father is. That is just not who we are as Americans. And so I do think that while we continue to make the case, which you know is very controversial in some quarters, that we have to reform our immigration system, and we needed to do it yesterday. That's why I approved of the bill that was passed in the Senate. We need to show humanity with respect to people who are working, contributing right now, and deporting them, leaving their children alone, or deporting an adolescent, doing anything that is so contrary to our core values just makes no sense. So I would be very open to trying to figure out ways to change the law, even if we don't get to comprehensive immigration reform, to provide more leeway and more discretion for the executive.
What problems do you think are caused by illegal immigrants?
Well, definitely crime rates are affected by illegal immigration, or people that enter and leave the country illegally at will, because there's a lot of drug dealing that goes on between the border with Mexico, right? Trafficking of humans. Okay, there are people that bring in immigrants, people that want to come to the United States. They hide them in trucks. They die in there. They're mistreated. They're abused. They pay them a lot of money. Sometimes they get ripped off by these people. So there's a criminal element that takes advantage of our open border.
Do you think changes in immigration policy will affect the economy?
I don't think it will affect the economy. Initially, what Trump has talked about is deporting, or making an effort to deport illegal immigrants that have criminal records, so not law-abiding illegal immigrants. And then I guess we would progress towards finding a way to give illegal immigrants that are law-abiding and work and pay taxes and contribute, an opportunity or a way to become legal citizens or legal residents.
Do you believe that every illegal immigrant should be deported or just some?
I do not believe that every illegal immigrant should be deported. I think the United States government has to bear some of the responsibility for the illegal immigration problem, in that we just did not enforce the laws through time, and people have been able to come here and stay here, and if they are contributing and they are able to hold a job and raise their families in a law-abiding way, I think they should have the opportunity to or at least a fair shot at entering the country or staying in the country legally. And the other thing that's very important to remember about illegal immigration is that there are many people around the world in countries that do not neighbor the United States that seek to come to the United States. And they apply through their embassies. There are processes to apply to come to the United States to live here, whether it be to work temporarily or to live here permanently. And the illegal immigration that we have allowed is unfair to those people, right? Because they have to follow a process that takes many years. They have to apply, and it could take 5, 10, 15 years for them to come here legally. So it's in fairness to those potential immigrants that I think we need to enforce our immigration laws.
Who do you agree more with when it comes to immigration, Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton, and why?
Donald Trump, because I think there are too many illegal aliens coming into this country, and he wants to put a stop to it.
Do you think illegal immigrants affect the economy?
Very definitely, because they come in, they'll take jobs and work much cheaper than the regular people, because they're here illegally, a lot of them.